Welcome to Drumslinga Weekly. LA drum and bass culture direct to you. Weekly. Drum and bass, electronic music, current events, underground street culture. The Drumslinga Weekly Podcast.
Today on Drumslinga Weekly, we discuss 4 predictions for nightlife after COVID-19. Just in, problems from 2020 not completely gone the first week of the new year. Come on, 2021. Were you supposed to fix this ish? We're locked and loaded with some of the net's funniest and cringiest viral videos. New releases from LA to Europe and beyond. Also, be sure to stay tuned at the end of the episode for a 30-minute guest mix featuring a mystery LA Drumslinga resident throwing down a proper rent stash. Welcome. Yo, what's happening, party people? Welcome once again to Drumslinga Weekly. I'm your host, Pat Wilson, aka the Darkitect. Happy New Year, you filthy animals. Welcome to 2021. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And if you're listening to the audio-only version of this podcast, I do recommend that you go ahead and check out the video version as well. That's going to be up at our YouTube page, which is Drumslinga Weekly. So youtube.com/Drumslinga Weekly. Also, you can catch our broadcast going up live at twitch.tv/Drumslinga Online. And speaking of Twitch, next week, Monday, January 11th, you can interact live with us via the Stereo app. Also, we're going to have live Twitch chat. And we're going to be recording the show live, so you can just go ahead and hit us up. You can get on the show, interact with us, chat with us. We're going to have some new music coming out. Going to be doing all kinds of videos, just having a good time over here. And you can get that, at our YouTube page, Facebook Live, or you can check us out, at our home, drumslinga.com. We'll have the streams up there as well. So, again, join us Monday, 8 p.m., January 11th. All right, and one more thing. Don't forget, you can call us anytime. Leave us a message, shout out, question, whatever you want to say. That's 24/7 at the new jungle line, 833-7-JUNGLE. And most likely we're going to put you up on the show. So yeah, as we're breaking into a brand new year, of course, a lot of people are out there partying, having a good time for NYE. And, we made it through a tough year. 2020 had its way with us. So it's good that, you had to find a way to blow off some steam at the end of the year, even though we still can't really get together and have those kind of crazy parties. If you take a look at this picture right here, this sort of says everything. This is Times Square in New York, which is usually just full packed with people, and it's just a party that goes until 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's no room for even cars or anything like that. It's just it's a scene that I kind of wanted to check out for a while now, but this year, of course, it was a little bit lackluster, to say the least. The street's completely empty. And the only people that could go were either rich or, I believe, certain first responders or heroes or things like that, which is great. But, it's definitely not the old Times Square celebration. hopefully we'll get back to that again sometime soon. And of course, every New Year's, as usual, if you're not aware, you hear guns going off. This year we definitely had some people that got injured out there as far as gunfires, like celebratory gunfire. 20 people got wounded, 16 were killed in domestic or unintentional shootings on New Year's. So I believe that might actually be down from last year. So, because what better way to bring in the new year than dead or injured, right? Speaking of that, this video right here, I have no idea how nobody got injured. It comes to us from Spain, where apparently what starts out to be just some friendly fireworks turns into basically just a bunch of civilians running down a very small street engulfed in flames. And the fact that anyone survived this is beyond me. But I'm told that nobody was injured, and they do this every year. It's pretty crazy, if you ask me. Let's make these videos a little bit bigger. Can. So yeah, no matter what you did this NYE, I hope you still got all your fingers and toes, and no COVID, going into an already exciting 2021. Yeah, speaking of COVID, let's just get into some more 2021 business. This segment of the show is just basically fill people in on any COVID updates or stories or political fuck-ups or whatever. And also to look into ways that we can get back on the dance floor safely and what that timeline's looking like. So that's why we do this here. I know that everybody's probably had enough talking about COVID, but it's a reality that we're all kind of forced to live with right now. Here's a more local NYE story. This is coming at us in LA. It looks like we had about 90 people arrested over the NYE weekend, as LA's Sheriff's Department did close down some supposed super spreader events. According to this article here, saying dozens were arrested. More than 60 people were arrested at 2 weekend parties accused of violating Los Angeles County coronavirus health orders by attending underground parties that constituted super spreader events, the Sheriff's Department announced. And looks like Deputy Joanna Warren of the Sheriff's Department stated 67 arrests were made at the parties Saturday and early Sunday.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
And yeah, I mean, people were out there trying to enjoy themselves, have a good time. And, of course, social distancing rules are very tough to comply with. And we don't really know exactly what this virus does or how it does spread. Everybody's got all these different, I guess, hypothesis about it, or theories about how it spreads. And of course we've figured out a very good way to treat it now where people aren't dying as much. But as far as stopping the spread right now, it's just very difficult to do at a big indoor party. And my hope is that at some point we're going to be able to get the vaccine, and one that's actually good, that we can get back out there soon and enjoy parties. But there's no need to rush it. People that did this on NYE, it's like, come on, we can wait a little bit. We've already waited a year. It's been a rough 2020, so let's just go ahead and make sure that we don't get anybody else sick more than anything. I'm not even worried about the cops when it comes to this. So yeah, and I came across this really cool article in Rolling Stone, where the writer, his name is Gideon Kimbrell, he was discussing nightlife and basically saying, where do we go after COVID-19? What's the path forward? How are we going to be able to throw parties or have, clubs and things like that moving forward? And he came out with these 4 very interesting predictions for how the world will move forward as far as clubs and nightlife in 2021, and after post-COVID, I guess, if there is such a thing. So the first one that he put on here, and I just thought this was really interesting, so I'm gonna share it with you guys. The first sort of prediction that he had, the future is open. So what he was saying there is the venues can make use of outdoor space. You're going to see a lot more outdoor parties. We're already putting together a series of desert events where people can go camp. There's plenty of distance. You're literally in the desert. It's beautiful out there. You can see the stars. We're going to do more of those things. But, there's definitely going to be a lot more stigma now attached to being sort of, shoulder to shoulder with a bunch of people in a warehouse somewhere or at a venue. So we could definitely expect to see some more outdoor events, I believe. And I think he's on the money on that one. So the second one was the future is more intimate and curated. And I really liked this one as well. There's ups and downs to this, because by intimate, of course, it's going to be smaller venues, less people at the show, less of a crowd. But also, it could mean opportunities to see, some great acts out there that maybe you would never see in such a small environment. How cool would it be to see, Goldie in like a tiny room somewhere? That'd be dope. I'm not saying super tiny, of course, because that would be really lame, but it's going to be a little bit smaller, and definitely going to see a lot more curated kind of vibes out there with smaller crowds. So of course the downside of that also is that there's going to be less people, so less tickets available. Hopefully we don't get into the scarcity mentality as far as tickets and start charging people astronomical amounts, but some DJs just will have to be paid for flying out from Europe or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how that all works out. But I definitely do agree that we'll probably see a lot more smaller shows moving forward. Number 3, the future is clean. This one was, it's interesting because I think that a lot of the industry should be cleaner in general, and that's what this gentleman believed as well. He says that he believes service industry workers should have always worn masks, especially in the kitchen. I agree with that to a certain extent. I just don't want us to get so carried away with the mask life that we start believing that we need to wear a mask in everything we do, because I think to a certain extent that can be detrimental to your health, because you're not allowing your body to fight off, the natural sort of things that are going to be in the air anyways. So if you're not giving your immune system a chance to react to those things, I just imagine that it would be tougher to fight those off, because nobody's going to keep the mask on forever. So I don't know. Either way, you definitely will see a lot more hand sanitizer, contactless payments, those kinds of things. But I agree that was an area that was kind of lacking. Some of these, we did kind of get lax with taking care of our health and taking care of making sure that things are sanitary. And I bet you're going to see a lot more of that as we go forward here. And the last one was a really interesting one. He says the future is unpredictable, and I completely agree with that. Unpredictability has already caused, people that are trying to go to clubs and DJs and acts and all different kinds of artists to, have to cancel their reservations at the last minute for clubs to be closed. So you're going to see venues and things that are going to need protections against cancellations, and they're going to need well-communicated no-show and refund policies and things like that, because you never know what might happen. And, the last thing you want to do is really lose out on, having enough money to be able to travel to your gig, or, losing a club, or, any other kinds of things that could happen, people getting sick. So yeah, there's a lot of unpredictability there. I agree with that. And the pandemic has definitely impacted the nightlife scene in a myriad of different ways. And I'm just hoping that we can all find a safe and, hopefully very soon way to get back out there and start partying again, because, we're ready. Of course, the underground's always going to live on. But, safety should always be paramount as much as possible. So I agree with that. That was a really cool article. Another thing in the world of COVID, here's kind of what can happen when you don't adhere to social distancing. I'm sure we all remember that 90s band Smash Mouth. These guys actually were playing the Sturgis motorcycle rally in South Dakota, and there was thousands of people there, socially undistanced. And over the course of the 10 days, the CDC says that they've now associated 103 cases directly to the rally, and this is according to the Associated Press. So 103 cases of COVID-19 basically are completely confirmed, but according to the health department in 8 states, which would be South Dakota, Minnesota, Washington, Nebraska, Montana, North Dakota, Wyoming, and Washington, the authorities, they feel there's going to be a lot more related cases coming out. So they're calling this one a legit super spreader. So good work on that one over there, Smash Mouth. Interesting.
Incoming message.
Right leg under and bring your left arm over. Then your left arm.
Breaking news. America's lackluster season finale took place. It looks like everybody's already pretty much familiar with the situation by now, I'm pretty sure. But as Congress convened Wednesday, December 7th, or I believe it was Tuesday actually, to count the electoral votes, the nation's Capitol building was descended upon by hordes of angry Trump supporters who were eventually able to overrun security and law enforcement and gain entry to the building. To be honest, it looked a little bit easy to do so. One such person was this man here. You can see him with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. That is the House Speaker, if you're not aware. This man was actually later arrested in Arkansas. It did take a few days. I believe that this photo right here helped the cops find him. Definitely a very interesting situation that we had unfold out there. And this right here, it's a more terrifying look at things. In this video, we can see the entrance to the Capitol building is being guarded by a single officer, black officer, and he's quickly overrun by just an angry mob that's yelling obscenities at him. And they end up sort of just invading the building, yelling things at the guy, chasing him up the stairs, and sort of leaving the officer fearing for his life. So, an interesting situation. Also really interesting that there's only one guard when all this is going on, protecting the nation's Capitol building. To me, that's nuts. I was only in the military for a small amount of time way back in the day, and I did not go to war or anything, but I can definitely tell you, anybody with any kind of experience in security would tell you having a single guard blocking a door like that is insanity during this kind of an uprising. But anyways, this is absolutely crazy when you think about it, that this is even happening in the first place. The last time this happened was actually like in the 1800s when a group of people broke into the Capitol building. So we're living in a very strange time, people. And you'll see right here in this next video when things were just kind of getting started. You can hear this guy on loudspeaker screaming out like obscenities, and a lot of these people are Trump supporters. You can even see children coming up to the front here. This whole thing was nuts. Yeah, and sadly, this, it's kind of left a lot of Americans, especially minorities, kind of just feeling a little bit dejected, because we saw what happened at the Black Lives Matter protest. We saw how those protesters were treated, and there's several scenes and things in this protest particularly where you can see, the police officers really are not trying to stop the people from entering the Capitol building in some cases. And it's just it's crazy to see this happen. So I mean, yeah, you'll see. I'm going to play this next video. It's an internal video from inside, and you can see a Trump supporter here taking a selfie with a cop inside the Capitol building, which they just broke into illegally. So it's crazy. It's insane to me. Anyways, many people feel also that Trump should face criminal charges because him and his son actually took to the streets prior to the congressional meeting to rally up the angry mob that would soon breach the Capitol, in the first such breach since the War of 1812, actually. So yeah, this is not normal. This is not this is not something that happens often, obviously. And I found a really cool kind of summary / montage that Vice did, actually, Vice News. So I wanted to play this for you guys. And if you're just listening to the audio, you're just going to hear a Trump speech right now. But if you're looking at the video, you're going to see this sort of montage of what happened and sort of hear Trump's speech here.
Hundreds of thousands
where
of people
he's
here, and I just want them to be recognized.
More or less just telling people that he wants them to do something about the fact that he's lost this election unfairly.
Take it any longer. Because you'll never.
And it's really interesting to just see this happen. If you ask me, anytime you hear people chanting USA and they're not doing it ironically, I run the opposite direction. I suggest most people do that, unless you're wearing a MAGA hat, in which case we're not friends anyway. So
we will stop the steal. We will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen. They've used the pandemic as a way of defrauding the people. We want to go back and we want to get this right, because we're going to have somebody in there that should not be in there, and our country will be destroyed, and we're not going to stand for that. For years, Democrats have gotten away with election fraud.
Yeah, it's insane. You see people just like scaling the fence here, scaling walls. We've got people breaking windows.
Behind his back, it's like a box.
Even the protesters actually brought some kind of a chemical agent with them, and were spraying chemicals on law enforcement officers or something like that as well. So just complete anarchy.
Just remember this: you're stronger, you're smarter.
Complete madness and anarchy took place there, and at least 14 law enforcement officers were injured during the assault. Also, a civilian woman from San Diego was shot inside the Capitol building and later died from her injuries. So right now, I'm actually told that the overall death toll is about, I think, 6 or 7 people. And I believe there's still more people in the hospital right now, sort of trying to heal up from their injuries. So this is not a victimless crime. And this is insanity, and I think this is probably one of the quickest ways to lose our democracy. So let's keep an eye on this and hope that we can put a stop to this, because if we can't have conversations in this country and talk about things, and everything has to devolve into some form of anarchy, then I just can't see how our democracy is going to thrive. So yeah, Vice did a really good job with this video. It's interesting indeed. FBI is still actively seeking information for anybody that can give them anybody that was involved with the violence, they're looking for that information on them. So that's what's going on there. And here it's more footage of them kind of breaking through. This is actually around the time when this lady was shot, I believe. And you can see they were breaking in here. There was protesters with weapons. There was protesters with, huge steel bars and things like that. And they were coming in the door. And, somebody ended up getting shot. This is another scene from inside the Congress building. You can see the security from inside the building pointing a gun outward. And these protesters that just broke the window are, filming it with their phone. So, of course, everybody wasn't super pleased with this in the DC area. There was a lot of upset citizens, such as this guy here, who was happy to voice his frustrations. And I thought this was hilarious. He even had people pulling over agreeing with him. Yeah, so, around the country, of course, people are in a little bit of an outrage about seeing this happen. And, I don't know, for the sage wisdom on this subject, I turned to my new Library of Alexandria. I call it TikTok. And this gentleman right here just seems to be asking all the right questions.
SMN 74 reporting live with breaking news. The U.S. Capitol building is on lockdown. That's right, delusional Trump supporters, the MAGA fans, and the Proud Boys are out there storming the Capitol building because they can't deal with an L. We're starting 2021 with a bang. And my question is, where's all the bang? Where's the rubber bullets? Where's the tear gas? Where's the same energy you have for Black Lives Matter protesters? I guess it doesn't work here. SMN 74, signing out.
Yeah, so I guess that sort of sums up the sentiment in a way. On to some other news now. This is a little sad too, but Dr. Dre, we might have all heard by now that the hip-hop mogul suffered a brain aneurysm and was in the hospital. He's I believe he's recovered, or is at least making a recovery right now. But when he first went into the hospital, another interesting story that a lot of people might have missed is where there was a group of people that ended up breaking into Dr. Dre's house, or at least attempting to break into Dr. Dre's Pacific Palisades property. And that happened a few days after he was in the hospital. Security spotted them as they were casing the house. And before they could get to the main structure, security confronted them and quickly called police. And the 4 men were arrested. So they thwarted that little effort to steal from Dre while he was in the hospital. But, it's kind of sad, man. This dude out there made the Chronic get sick for a couple days and already got people trying to rob him. But, it's tough times out there, I get it, but damn. Anyway, they did get arrested, and Dr. Dre's making a recovery now. So enough of all the doom and gloom. I do have a nice little palate cleanser for those of you out here looking at the video. There's nothing like a soothing belly flop. And this one right here is no different. This guy is going to set the Guinness Book World Records. Highest belly flop into a kiddie pool. I don't know why, but belly flops, just seeing people do them, it's hilarious. Makes me laugh. It makes me happy. Yeah. I like belly flops. Let's look at some more. This is actually a competition. Belly flop competition. And these guys are going all out off the high dive. You don't see very many black and brown people out there. I'm just saying. I mean, but it's fun to look at. Anyways, I hope you guys do stick with us because we got some music releases coming up I'm really excited about. I've been working on some new music myself, and I got some tunes that I've really been liking, digging. Also some mixes you should check out. And then we're gonna hit you with some more top-notch viral videos you won't want to miss. I mean, I got some hilarious stuff. That's right, people. Grab your spliff. We going in on Drumslinga Weekly.
What?
We're going to take some relation. It's murder.
Different.
I saw we cross the border. It's murder.
Different.
Why? Why? So much innocent people are dying. Why? Why? So much innocent people are dying.
Yes. If y'all on that audio only, not looking at the video right now, you're missing out again. That's right, the Ragged Twins on the track, Cookie Monster, and the Sesame Street crew on the video. Yes. About to get into some music right now. About to get into what we got today in music. Includes some new tunes I've been working on, some other stuff from some LA area jungle producers, and dark halftime vibes coming up as well. It's time to sling some drums. So last week, DJ Marky got down on a set, and that was over at the Twitch page located for actually Serato. So very popular DJ software, hardware company, and had Marky over there doing his thing. You can still get that mix, and it's available over at twitch.tv/Serato. I listened to this one. Marky really brought the vibes as usual. Definitely advise checking out that mix if you got a few minutes. Also next, this right here. New release coming out. Actually, this was already released in 2020. Good friend of mine, DJ producer, DJ Satin. Also runs his own label, Humdrummer Recordings, and he's responsible for the Soulja Junglist streetwear brand. That's right, this dude is busy, out there killing it. This project, Soundboys EP, features work from some legendary LA MCs and talent such as Mixjaw, Dino, JBMC, Astro, and Miss Hayes, to name a few. I'm really loving the feels on this. Jungle influence bass roller. Check it out on Spotify. Also be sure to check out DJ Satin's Soulja clothing line. Pick up some Fat Jungle threads as well. Big up yourself, Humdrummer. Yeah. Good work over there on that tune. I like it. This next one right here is actually something I've been working on myself. It's a Cuddy Ranks bootleg. good friend of mine, KD, actually a session percussionist, provided some of the backing drums for this bootleg, and I just called it The Going's Rough. And I got so many tunes right now that I'm just kind of sitting on, so stay tuned. Next week I got a big announcement. Gonna have these tunes coming out soon, so excited to do that. Highorder.la. Also, we got some Renegade Drumslinga sets coming up, outdoor locations. Sign up for our email list at drumslinga.com if you're interested in possibly attending. It's going to be very limited attendance. We will be sending out some details to the people on our email lists. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a killer lineup. Yeah, stay tuned next week. I'll have some announcements coming up on my EP. Right now, let's go ahead and get right into it with Darkitect's drops. This is music that I'm into, some tracks from different artists around the world. Could be anything. Could be drum and bass, could be halftime, much like this one. This is a dark halftime vibe out there by Dub Beans called Never. And this one's actually going to be coming out on Samsara Beats label. It's going to be dropping on Monday, January 11th. You can cop that over at samsarabeats.bandcamp.com/music. I really dug this one right here. Dark vibes. Dub Beans coming at us from Russia. Really experimental. He does a lot of bass music. Halftime. Also dabbles in the drum and bass. Yeah, you know, check out the rest of this EP as well when it drops on the 11th. Again, samsarabeats.bandcamp.com/music. Big up. Yeah, so next, got a big tune coming at you from Overview Music. If you don't know, these guys, very busy, on top of it, just releasing smasher after smasher. This one's no different. 2 D&B dynamos on this one, Clinical in Ways. And yeah, this is actually out now. It's released on December 18th. You can cop it over at Beatport. Be sure to scoop up a copy. Support those bad boys over at Overview Records and all your favorite D&B artists. Times are rough out there. Let's do whatever we can to keep our brethren in bass afloat. Yeah, this is the real good one right here. Just kind of like a vibey bass feel on this one, and you know, I like the way it drops, and it just seems like something like this would go hard on the dance floor. Clinical in Ways. This is called Framed. Killing things over at Overview Music. Cop that one on Beatport. Big up Overview. And next, last but not least, definitely not least, ASC, one of my favorite kind of pure DJs, I guess, in the drum and bass liquid area. This guy came out with a new mix. It's called Atmoteca 84. I'm gonna put that up on the screen in case you guys want to check this out. Still got it over there at his Mixcloud page. Go to mixcloud.com/Atmoteca. That's ATM as in Mary, OTEKA. And you can listen to this mix in its entirety. It's definitely worth a listen. ASC went in on this one. It's fire. If you don't know about ASC, definitely got to get on board with that dude. He knows what's up as far as just that smoother side of jungle. So I would advise peeping that. It's got a SoundCloud as well, so you can pick that up at the ASC or Atmoteca SoundCloud. Yeah, big up. So yeah, stay tuned, everybody. You got a fan favorite already. I brought the heat for the viral videos this year, and you guys need to get ready to gasp, laugh, cry, the whole thing, all at the same time. It's happening. Coming up next in the viral videos section. And then we got a mystery Drumslinga guest mix you won't want to miss. It's a fun one. It's all coming up next on Drumslinga Weekly.
Okay. You got some roses for me, darling? Is anybody having a good time? Yeah. What's up, my Richard? Listen.
By the power of Raw.
Whoa! Wicked DJ! What? Hey! 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 One more time! Hey! 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 Wicked DJ! DJ Clip! Do it again! Do it again!
Big ups to Babe Tasia YouTube channel over there, killing it with those drum and bass preacher videos. I don't know why I think those things are so hilarious, but I do. Good work, guys. Good stuff. And yeah, we got some exciting stuff coming up for you on the viral videos. Sure you're gonna enjoy it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some of the madness we got planned for you today. We're gonna start off nice and slow. I'm sure you guys have played volleyball before, but have you guys ever played Doggo-ball? Let's check this one out and make this screen bigger for those of you watching. And if you're not watching this, you're missing out. I mean, this is definitely something you're gonna want to see the video for. Viral videos. Let's get into this. So here we can see a guy, and he's taught his dog how to play volleyball somehow, and his dog is actually pretty dang good. Here we can see his dog winning the first round against his owner. It's got to be pretty rough. The dog doesn't have hands, but mad props to that guy for being able to teach his dog how to play volleyball. It's pretty badass, if you ask me. I could barely get my dog to sit. But anyways, during the pandemic, many of us have had a rough go at times getting essential services for grooming, such as haircuts and manicures in many areas. One thing I do not suggest, however, is doing what the people in this next video do. And this is coming at us from Brazil. And if you're just listening, what's being depicted here in this lovely video is a gentleman getting a haircut with a chainsaw. That's right, you did not mishear me. He is getting a haircut with a full chainsaw. And, you know, as much as I love getting haircuts, I think I'll just keep the shaggy fro for now, if this is ever the only other option. So, best of luck to you, but I'm not with that one. Doesn't look like he's got any cuts or anything on his head, so good job with the chainsaw, bud, but nah, not for me. Anyways, let's go on to the next video. This one comes to us from Reddit. I'm sure that many of us over this whole quarantine season have found ourselves, needing the convenience of being able to have things delivered to our house, like packages or food even. And I guess that's why it's extremely disheartening to see videos like this next one, where this guy, he's making a delivery of a package, and it's just basically a spiral, very bad toss right up to the porch. Let's take another look at that. So yeah, it's pretty rough. People are just destroying, packages and things that people pay for. And, it's their job to deliver these things. So, whatever. I guess go on about your day. It's crazy out there, guys. All right. And another shipping issue I'm sure that many people have run into. I myself can let you guys know I've had packages stolen from my porch at least a few times. Hallway, whatever. And yeah, it's pretty rough. And that's kind of why seeing this next video is so satisfying to me. Here we have a guy caught in the act of stealing a package. So he runs back out to his car. He's trying to get away. It's a snowy neighborhood, so I'm guessing not California. And just as karma would suggest, this guy gets his car stuck in the snow while he's trying to escape from stealing a package. And here we have this guy outside his own car trying to push it out of the snow because it's stuck, and the guy is just straight looking at him. So yeah, don't steal packages. You don't even know what's in there. It could be something that just somebody needs for their own health. They won't even help you. There's plenty of other ways to get whatever you need. Stealing people's stuff off their porch is not the way to go. And as you can see, karma can get you sometimes. So, hey. I don't even know what to say to that one. Tough run, man. For the next one, we all can't go to the beach, right? We've been wanting to go maybe get a swim, especially when it was hot during the summer. A lot of us are just stuck in the house. They had quarantines on everything, right? So it must feel nice to have a pool in your backyard where you can just take a refreshing dip whenever you feel like it. Here we see a couple in Florida about to take a nice evening time dip. And, they hop into the water and they hear his third splash. What is that third splash? It appears to be a decent-sized alligator that starts attacking the woman. And luckily the man's able to kind of rescue her, get her out of harm's way. But that's definitely got to be a rough swim there. I don't know. What do you do after this? Do you just sell the pool and turn it into an ice rink or something? Or what do you do? I definitely wouldn't be getting in there at night anymore. And that's part of the reason why I moved out of Florida actually after college, is because that spot is insane, and there's alligators everywhere. So, wow. And if you're lucky enough to get out to a lake, this next video should serve as a reminder not to drink too much before you go cliff diving or whatnot. That had to hurt, and I'm going to run that back one more time because that's great. You see a guy coming up here, and he's got a full kind of sprint going, thinking he's going to get to the water, and he just misses the fact that there's a flat-faced rock right there, and he slides off of that with his face before going into the water. So it's rough. I don't know what to tell you, man. Maybe a couple less Bud Lights before you get in there. It must be natty. This next one, I heard about this one before I actually saw it. And the fact that somebody did this is a little bit crazy. I'm just going to let you guys that are watching take a look at this video. Got a guy on a cruise ship. These things are stories up high. And he's jumping off of the side of a cruise ship here. So hits the water. It looks like he's moving around.
Oh my god.
But I don't think this is the best idea, dude. I think you should probably try to find another thing to do here. Yeah. Don't jump off a cruise ship. Nobody do this, all right? You're gonna die. So you ever start talking trash to somebody and realize they're tougher than you? You don't want to seem like a wuss and back down, right? But you also don't want to fight them because they'll beat you up, so. This guy's running away from a fight here. Rewind this a little bit. So you can see he's talking trash to this guy. And the guy walks at him and he just runs away into traffic. And he's hit by a car in the strangest fashion. Lands on his feet. I'm sure that didn't feel great. Definitely was embarrassing as hell. So, yeah, don't be starting shit with people. And the dude still ran out there to try to hit him with a chair. This is great. Yeah, Reddit's amazing. You guys should definitely be watching this. This is hilarious, the videos that we got here. So, coming up in a little bit here, we're going to go ahead and get started with the guest mix for today. And also, we're going to have a special podcast coming out on Tuesday. And this one is the first of a sort of guest discussion series, and it's going to be featured on a spaceship. So check in Drumslinga Weekly on YouTube and make sure that you follow us there, subscribe, hit the like button, do all those things so you can know when the next episodes are coming out. We're going to have mixes, we're going to have music, all kinds of different stuff on the Drumslinga Weekly page. So be sure you check that out. And subscribe. We appreciate the support. And for now, let's go ahead and hit you with a teaser for the upcoming discussion series. We're going to talk about the miracle of life. That's right, childbirth. Stay tuned for that guest mix. Peace.
Bright spark of global emergency. Remain calm and wait for further instructions from authorities. As a result of the outbreak, you need to consider staying in place until the threat has subsided. The following steps will ensure that your home will serve as a biological or chemical safe haven. Again,
wow, what a great fucking segue.
I at least wanted to mention it. I was going down the alleyway. We might as well stop at the dumpster.
Wow, where did you get that from? And who have you hanging out with that's 90 years old that said that? That's hilarious. I love it.
Yo, what's up, party people? Thank you so much for listening to Drumslinga Weekly. We got a special guest mix for you today. This was actually recorded at the Super Bowl party in February 2020 over at Bassman's crib. We got some people on this mix that are awesome, such as Composure, myself, Bassman, and NGJ. 35 minutes guest mix, all power. We having some fun today. Thank you so much for listening. Peace out, Darkitect.
a trap. Them take Afghanistan from Iraq. The picnic on the street, I beg the soldier to stop. Mama bang a belly beer, I got cat. Couple that fall like rain in a Gaza. Babylon, you too damn out of order. Me love to see the children when them smile. Any means necessary, we are save a child, yeah. I am blessed. You're not gonna take away my happiness. I am blessed. Heart of a lion, Babylon can't test. Yeah, I am blessed. Give thanks for love. Teach them to love who's just. When we go on, they don't know what we are talking. These are ones so serious, it'll lick them in the heart. Them enjoy ripping four families apart. Up we down as a bridge when me know me kids them smart. Education is the key to them future. Well as a parent to be look out for them future. Me love to see the children when them smile. Any means necessary we are life a child.
I wanna play some tunes for the girls. Big up all of the sexy ladies in the building right now. Let's go.
just a false claim. I'll be straight to the whip, no.
Stop the road. Stop the road.
Tick 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 tick.
Choose one. One. 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Choose one. Choose one.
Take it back when I play them when I call it special. Let me a super exclusive. I wanna take it back. take it back when we play them when we don't call it special. Them are super exclusive. I wanna take it back. I wanna take it back when I play the